What's up, guys? So, I'm gonna go on a quick little tour of Brandon Iron Hills. You know, this is what we Sheila and I call our property out here in Middle Tennessee that we're slowly turning into a campground. So let's go for a quick ride. So when you first come in, it actually comes to a little fork in the road, and if you see a little sign there, it says tent camping to the right. So Sheila and I have, well, I spend more time out here than anybody. I've been slowly clearing and cutting in all these trails because this was raw land, and so none of these trails were here. Roads, none of this stuff was here. So we've been actively clearing to develop a small, like, privately run, and then more of like give people like a more intimate experience with camping, because now if you go to a KOA or something like that, you guys know that you're going to be right on top of your neighbor, and frankly I think that's lame as shit. So we acquired this property to get away, and you know, we thought about building out here, so I don't think that's going to happen. We're probably going to wind up in Florida eventually, so figure let's not let it go to waste. Let's turn it into an income producing asset, and yeah, so that's what we've done in the past couple years, and it's slowly getting there. So I just recently cleared this. This is going to be a pull-through site. You know, so like if you want to bring an RV, camp, or whatever, you can do that. And then every site has a fire pit, which you've probably seen in some of my previous videos or pictures. But we're going to go to the right. Is Creek View. So this is another pull-through site. You can pull right off the main road, pull into there, and then let me start this back up, and I'll show you why it's called Creek View. Ta-da! That's why. You're about 10-15 feet above the actual creek itself. So this is like the second most popular one. A lot of people like this one because you're not right on the water, so I think people are kind of petrified and they might deal with snakes and stuff like that, which there's hardly any snakes out here. I've only seen one in the 3 years that I've been out here. If anything, there's a bunch of turtles and a bunch of ticks, especially when it's warm. Alright. If you got a Jeep or something with four-wheel, like if you got a all-wheel drive minivan and you think you can get down there's actually a little trail that I cut that actually you can drive right up to the creekside campsite. Got a nice cool little swing, macrame swing, or whatever that's called. Now this is our most popular site for obvious reasons, on the water's edge. And this is pretty much where the water the level is virtually year-round till the end of summer when it starts to get a little dry. But yeah, we'll boogie on down there and go around, and I'll show you what's on the other side. But it is rocky here, so what I did is I used the tractor and the ripper to try to remove as many rocks as I could, but no matter how far I dug, it just got more rocks and more rocks. So what I did is I backfilled it with sand and then added pine shaving. If you got a tent, you can set it right there, and you're not at least stepping on rocks. All right, let's go down here. It's a wee bit bumpy. All right. So, you got little kids and you want to take them fishing. Believe it or not, there is fish in this stream. They're just really, really small. This is a feeder that goes into Lake Barkley, which is about 4 or 5 miles down the road. But it's fresh water, very clean, and if you're not going to see it from here on the camera, but there is little feeder fish in there, like small bass, striper. I see shiners, all kinds of stuff. And folks that I've had stay here before, they'll bring little cane poles, but you got to bring like itty bitty hooks though, and they'll make like little dough balls, and they feed the fish. And the kids catch the fish and they have a ball. They just have a blast. If they don't want to go fishing, and they want to go swimming, they want to play in the water, I just get them a set of water shoes and let them run rampant. Let kids be kids. I mean, nowadays you got folks freaking wrapping their kids in bubble wrap, you know, because they're afraid they're going to get hurt. Let them come in here and play. It's clean. There is no trash. Like, we do a damn good job making sure to keep it clean. If anything washes down to a storm, I'm out here the next day to clean it up. But yeah, let's keep on going. Hopefully I don't flip this bitch. So it keeps going. I'm not going to go all the way down there because it's kind of a pain in the butt to turn around. But it goes all the way down where you see that dead tree is another swimming hole. It's about waist deep. So, take the kids swimming. You know, if you're in the area, by all means, take them down there. Let them play. Let them play with the fish. You know, there's plenty of turtles. Again, I haven't seen any snakes. Heck, I've seen more beavers than I have seen any snakes, and there's turtles. So, you will definitely see some turtles crawling around, or you'll find shells, arrowheads, and other little, you know, bones and stuff from deer and small animals. Got another macrame swing. This is one of the spots that Sheila loves the most because it's right here. If I turn this off, you hear that? That's what you're listening to. So it's peaceful. You can read a book. There's not much cell signal out here, so don't plan on hopping on your favorite social media app and then scrolling, because it really ain't gonna happen unless you've got Starlink. So, but yeah, listen to that. Man, that's calming, isn't it? All right, cool. Let's keep going. Fire this war pig back up. Not hit anything. All right. You did, Thomas. Here we go. This little hill here. Hey. It's off. Now, if you can't get down there with a four-wheel drive, this is the parking for that spot. Yep, you see that little sign there? It says toilet. There is a toilet over there. Okay. This video turned into a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. In front of me is a cabin that we bought last year, and I've come in kind of dragging my feet on it, but I got the entire interior done. There's no power running to it, but I'll probably either going to put solar panels on it, or I just need to quit farting around and just get the power meter put in so I can run electricity to it. But that is good for a small family of 4, so there will be bunk beds in there. You can have mom and dad underneath on the queen size, and then the kids up top. And then, of course, there'll be like a small little kitchenette. Nothing crazy. And then when you see the wood there, I'm going to be building a lean-to coming off the side, and there'll be a picnic table, and there is a fire pit for that cabin. The thing here is it's like everything's spaced out because I want people to have privacy. Whereas if you go to a KLA, you ain't got no daggone privacy. So let's keep right on going. All right. Storage shed. Last but not least, the biggest one of all, this is our least favorite, and I think it has something to do with the main road is right there, and it's not a heavily traveled road, but on the weekends, this is a nice windy road, so people on motorcycles and, like, you know, your people on their hot rods and stuff want to come out and they want to cruise, and I don't blame them, because this is a nice road, especially if you want to get out there, you know, and hit the twisties. But biggest cleared area so far, you can probably put 15-20 people in here, and 4 or 5 tents, or, you know, 2 or 3 decent sized campers if you wanted to, and then the water is right there. So yeah, that was my 10-cent tour of Brandon Iron Hills. Appreciate you all watching the video, and if you haven't noticed, hey, I'm trying to work on this social media thing, because why the hell not? It's 2025. I mean, if you got people doing goofy dances on TikTok making millions, and then people showing their buttholes on OnlyFans, like, why can't I make a couple videos of showing what I like doing, which is, I think, normal things, not doing TikTok dances, not showing my butthole or my taint for money, and just doing outdoorsy things, hot rod things, whatever, just dude stuff. So appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hit that follow button, and y'all have a good one. See you later.